My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Wildfrost. We've got to achieve a 6 times kill combo in order to unlock the next pretty petty and summon 50 allies in order to unlock the next ally, or companion rather. Apply 60 shell. Look, I would love to apply shell. If you're gonna give me the opportunity, please. Let's see what we have as some offerings here. We've got Rusek, Malza, and Snudmill. Rusek deals 4 additional damage to damaged targets. Interesting, that would be 6 damage on a counter of 3. There's also Malza here, who applies 2 frost on a counter of 5, and Snudmill, who applies 2 ink on a counter of 4. All of them have 2 damage. I really like the idea of taking Rusek. Gives me a lot more damage in the base deck. Unfortunately, that probably doesn't give me that many shell. Oh, it might. Snow Dweller are the ones who have shell, right? Yeah. Hinder enemies shells to protect themselves. Yeah. I'm gonna take a Rusek. Or should I call you Victor? Let's go, Victor. What's the vector, Victor? Do you want Sneasel? Spike? Spike would be a really good way to apply a little bit of damage to units. I like it. I'm going to take it for exactly that reason. A little bit of damage to units applied. Setting up Victor. I think we're all set. Let's go. First battle. Ooh. Grouchy intends to attack 2 times aimlessly. And when damaged, their damage is increased. Now, Victor attacks before Grouchy will. So as long as I use like a scrappy sword on the enemy, I win. They just have to be damaged first. Oh, if I snow stick them instead, I can use 1 scrappy sword this turn on the wild snoof on the top line, and then 1 more next turn, as well as having Victor kill the Grouchy in order to get combo. Ooh. Unfortunately, I would murder that goblin instantly if I did basically anything to it. The Winterworm has 5 additional health. That is a problem. I'm gonna have to deal with that. Doubling on the top line is actually going to be kind of difficult to manage. Gonna snow stick the Winterworm, reducing their damage. Cycle my hand. I think for the sake of getting as much money as possible, our best play is Sunrod on Victor to get them to attack this turn. And then the Goblin and Victor both share a countdown at the moment. So I use 1 snow stick and the Goblin is solved. And then I still do want to slow down this Winterworm, it's still a problem. Snow Knight, whenever anything is frosted, gain 1 damage, and you'll do some damage to yourself against Spike there, handily. Do I need to increase the damage of a unit, or do I prefer to use scrappy swords right now? I'm gonna increase the damage of Victor. Okay, can certainly cycle past his hand. Sunrod to force the immediate attack from Victor, I like that. So currently we're set up for me to be able to kill 2 units on the same turn. A scrappy sword to the snowbow in the back line, as well as letting Victor attack the Snow Knight on the top. Is there any way for me to get more than this? So I let the Snow Knight attack there, and unfortunately I would kill the Winterworm. Snow Knight attacks here. If I respond on the top line, I kill the Snow Knight still. No, I'm just gonna accept this. 2 combo. Oh wow, the Snowbow's aimless. I did have to use the Scrappy Sword on the Snowbow in order to actually get any combo there. That feels worse. Early charm though. There's a lot of charms I'd love to see. There's also a lot of travelers I'd love to see, so the Charm Traveler top line seems perfect for me. Noomlin. I'm gonna save that bad boy for later. Currently, it would just Noomlin one of the base cards in the deck, but I can absolutely hold on to that and see if we get a better pair. Snobble and Snoffel. Snoffel, on a counter of 4, applies 1 snow to all enemies. Snobble applies snow equal to the damage that it deals. Jumbo also hits the ally behind themselves and has barrage. However, their barrage would be some nice damage across a lot of different targets, setting them all up for victor. I'm honestly leaning towards Snoffel out of all of these here. Every 4 turns, apply a snow to all enemies. Yeah, let's do it, Snoffel. I haven't taken you many times. Let's see what we can get done. Now that I'm providing a lot of snow, I wanted to... Cool. Good work, game. I want a way to take advantage of that. So, how about deal 8 additional damage to any target that has snow on them? Seems good to me. So I need Snoffel and Wallop to be put out and have similar timers in order to be able to consistently utilize that. Otherwise, I'm going to need to set it up with a snow stick. It's also Pyrrha for adding 6 spikes to the ally ahead, and Tiny Tycho, which whenever hit is going to gain some frenzy. But I think Wallop is the correct direction for this deck. Also, the Noomlin Charm doesn't go on anything yet, but the Crown should definitely go on Snoffel. And then hopefully I get Wallop in the first hand. That'd be ideal. Alright. Second battle. I do get Wallop in the opening hand. Love it. I should probably put Spike down on the bottom line in order to sop up the 4 damage from Uber Bear, as well as deal 2 damage back. Is there any way I kill both of these in 3 turns time? Because that's when Wallop's attack comes out. Both of them in 3 turns. 3 turns time is kind of difficult. I'm gonna pop Spike out. So here, Victor is about to do 8 damage to the Snow Gobbler if I set it up with a Scrappy Sword. Or I can just let them do the 3 right now. Uber Bear on the bottom line is about to take 2 health worth of damage. And then next turn, Snoffel and Wallop will attack. I could even go with this positioning and get the Uber Bear to die this round, but unfortunately that doesn't accomplish my ends anyhow. If I use a Flame Water on the top line, I deal 3 damage to the Snow Gobbler, leaving it on 5 health. I really want to see if I can get a combo here. Is there any way at all? So, minimal output this turn. I do 2 damage to the top line and 2 damage to the bottom line. I end up with a 6 health unit, 4 health unit. And then next turn, Snoffel and Wallop are ready to kill one of those units. So, the only way Well, I guess the top line dies regardless. Right? As in, the top line doesn't have any doesn't need Victor's additional damage. Snoffel freezing the Snow Gobbler and then Wallop smacking them will already be enough to get that kill. However, if I put a Woodhead on the bottom line, I could block this hit. If I put a Snow Stick on the enemy, I unfortunately kill them this round. If I let Victor get frozen right now, can I get a combo out of it? Because I really don't like that as my plan. It would be taking 4 damage and then taking 2 snow afterwards, where I can totally avoid both of those in order to get 5 bling. Which seems not enough. Yeah, no, I'm gonna go with the traditional version of it here. Put a Woodhead down on the board. Top line Snoffel is gonna freeze, and then Wallop's gonna strike. And I mean, if I can make Victor faster with a Sun Rod. Hilarious. Yep, that was how to do it. All I needed to do was hit the bell last turn and have Victor use the Sun Rod this turn. That would have solved the entire thing. Oh, buddy. Oh well. I'm gonna Flame Water Victor. This just leaves the Uber Bear ready to be combo killed with later characters on the field. So of course that was what I was meaning to do the entire time. Please don't critique me. I'm kidding. Snow Gobbler here in the back line. Whenever anything is snowed, gain 2 damage. Of course, of course, of course. So the Uber Bear, I mean, realistically, I want to kill that Uber Bear with Scrappy Swords. So that I can prevent it from applying snow. Now it's time to cycle. So can I kill 2 units this turn? No. But I should still kill the Frostinger. So I'm going to use the Scrappy Sword, setting up for Victor to hit a unit that does not have full health. And now on this turn, I could prevent the Snoffel. Or sorry, prevent the Uber Bear with another Scrappy Sword. Not over the moon about that, but you do what you gotta. That Snow Gobbler in the backline is going to get frosted, but it's also going to get a lot of power. Maybe I don't want to kill the Goblin this turn. Maybe this is more of our setup. I mean, yeah, Spike should probably take the damage. Use a Snow Stick on the Goblin. Nice little bit of freeze then. We're eking a little bit more value out of the Goblin on the top line. So a damaged enemy. Unfortunately, the Snow Gobbler on the bottom line is not damaged yet. But a damaged enemy will take... seven damage from Victor and die, so I'm gonna Snow Stick Snow Gobbler. It's got teeth, so I do take 4 damage to them. If I cycle, it's possible that I could just get another ice Snow Stick, that is, so that I can hit the Gobbling on the top line. Get some more value out of that. And then I know the Snow Gobbler on the bottom line is going to be an annoyance, so I'll hit you with a Scrappy Sword to set up Victor killing you as soon as they attack in this next turn. I'm about to lose Spike right now. How do I prevent that? I mean, one way would be forcing Snoffel to act right now, freezing everyone. They'll all be frozen until the end of the round of combat. So then Victor will kill the Snow Gobbler. Bumbo won't act. Spike can stay hog-headed on the top line. Gets a double kill this turn, and then I can try and sub units out for the sake of avoiding Bumbo later. Don't actually hate that. Two times combo down, and we kill... yeah, I'm gonna put Snoffel on the top line. They can take 3 damage, and they can also get frozen double here and not really feel either. And then I'm going to Scrappy Sword Bumbo to set up some damage on them so that Victor is appropriately going to deal their maximum. Beautiful. Sunrod on Victor to attack earlier. And then, worst case scenario, I could just Scrappy Sword, Snow Stick, Snow Stick. I'm not even gonna have time to get that far. Get him, Vic. Got him, Vic. Victory. Oh, double treasure? Double treasure, absolutely. Right before the store as well. Totem with the Godem, before an enemy attacks, apply a Demonize to them. When an ally is healed, apply equal spice from the Heart Forge. There's also scrap pile. I like the idea of taking Totem the Goat. Eventually, when Spike leaves the deck, it'd be nice to have another thing that actually, you know, significantly works with it. Heart Forge. I mean, I do like healing, but Heart Forge could also just never be relevant, possibly. And I don't have units that carry multiple attacks. Okay, I'm gonna take the Totem of the Goat. I'm not thrilled about it, to be honest. Shroom Iron has 1 scrap health and says, when hit, apply 4 shroom to the attacker. That plus the scrap charm, that might have been pretty cool. Alas. Stormbear Spirit. Target must be snowed, but it'll deal 8 damage to them. The difficulty is snowing a target beforehand. Snoffel only deals 1 snow, so after Snoffel activates in combat, the enemies get the snow and then clear it. Do they get the snow and then clear it? Hang on. The enemies activate first, so if Snoffel responds by giving snow to everyone, everyone else starts the next round with snow on, which means Stormbear Spirit's my choice. A couple different things were probably going to lead me to Stormbear Spirit in the end there. That's a shell shield. That would be a way to start taking shell cards. There's also a Berry Blade discounted. Restore health to the front ally equal to the damage dealt. Given that Victor and Spike are currently in the front line and they would have units demonized to target with the Berry Blade, I think Berry Blade's really, really, really worthwhile. Should probably come with us. And then another crown for Wallop to make sure that I get Wallop and Snoffel out on the same turn at the start so that they can line up their attacks. Great. Now, with all of this, I think I should add a Noomlin to Berry Blade, as I would always be happy to dupe Berry Blade with a Shade Sculptor later, and having the ability to use Berry Blade in the middle of a turn so that I can save a unit and, you know, I get to rotate my units on board, use the Berry Blade to heal a specific unit, and then rotate my units again is really impactful. Hey, next boss. Oh, hello, Makoko. Oh, Makoko with 4 spikes. Makoko! What are you doing with those 4 spikes, buddy? I needed health points. Alright. Gonna freeze Makoko on the top line. I don't want them gaining damage and then giving that damage back to Infinoka. And then I recognize that if I Scrappy Sword Porcupine, I set them up to die in the next round. I'm not worried so much about combo right now. I Snow Stick Makoko again. And then this turn, Infinoko will attack both of our frontliners. Unfortunate. So that will hit Snoffel for 3 damage. And Victor for 3 as well, but then Snoffel will freeze everyone on the field, including Makoko, and then Wallop will kill Makoko. Seems good to me. I can also have Wallop go to the front of the line and take this hit instead of Snoffel, but Snoffel's never going to hit Thorns. They're never going to have to worry about things like that. So I think this is probably better. Get them the health and then send them back to the back. Ultimately, I guess I use the Scrappy Sword on Infinoko. Makoko with the teeth again! Why the highest health unit with the teeth constantly? If I didn't have high damage units, I would be dead. Ah, the Berry Blade. Good to see it, good to see it. I can get the Totem of the Goat out even, before the Berry Blade. Have a great time healing myself on the back of that Makoko. Do that. Totem of the Goat goes down. Makoko attacks. Deals 0 damage, but does get demonized. And then I'm going to heal my leader. Perfect. And then I kind of want to put Spike out to take that Makoko out. So I will. Top line here, the Frosting, it can definitely strike Spike. Do I want to stay with these for 2 more rounds? I'd have to wait until the 3rd round so that I could also play the Stormbear Spirit against whomever. I think I'm actually pretty happy with that. I'm going to put a Woodhead out first. And then Snoffel is going to freeze everyone, and Wallop is going to kill Infinoko. Porcupine on the top line is looking threatening, actually. This is all a setup so that next turn I would be able to use the Storm Bear Spirit to take out Snow Gobbler by itself. Which makes sense, because otherwise it's gonna have a lot of damage to do. Sure. Alright, I buff Victor's damage. Wallops Infinoko. Summoning Infinoko. Storm Bear Spirit has the ability to target Snow Gobbler. So we do that. And cycle for our next hand. Reorganizing things a little bit prevents anyone from dying. You could also use a Berry Blade to get some additional health on the target. Frosting her on the top line, if it strikes Spike, will just die. But that's also not on a turn where I'm really going to be doing a lot of other stuff. This is difficult. I can put Spike on the bottom line and then heal with the Berry Blade, and then I'm going to put Spike back on the top. That's one of the reasons I like it being Noomlin, so that I can still do movement afterwards. And then I'm just going to throw a sword at Porcupine. So Frostinger will die against the Teeth because it'll get demonized and then take 4 damage to Teeth. And I kill you with a Scrappy Sword. Okay. Now get a Scrappy Sword Porcupine. I'm not doing this with perfect anythings, really. But I do get a 2x kill combo and take out Infinoko. Very little money, though. I'm not proud or pleased with that. Having the ability to put another unit out on the field probably is not impactful for us right now. More draw in the same hand. Faster redraw. Faster redraw's probably slightly better for us right now. There's the Shade Sculpt. Ah! Why? I could have gotten a Charm and then possibly put that on the Berry Blade and then dupe that and then we'd be fine forever. But now you... I don't get to argue about that, I just get to be sad about it. On Scrappy Sword, I think I might even give up Woodhead right now. No, I got Storm Bear Spirit and Berry Blade. I don't need that damage. I throw the second Scrappy Sword away. I hope you enjoyed that, Munchman. Ling's now okay for a little bit more money before we go to the Woolly Snail where I have to spend it. Lumen Goop. Definitely taking a crown. Am I definitely taking a crown? I don't know if that crown helps me as much. Molten Dip also doesn't really help me that much either, though. It's probably 2 charms. I take charm number 1. Gain 2 spice when hit. Do I need to put that out on someone right now? Taking another charm. What do you got, buddy? Critical. Gain critical. Doubles the effect if this is the rightmost card in your hand. So... Oh, I can't play it on the champion! Ah! If I could have, then obviously in the opening hand I could just play the other things first and then play that character. Okay, critical can only go on these other cards. It can't go on Berry Blade? Why? Doubles effect. Oh, because the effect... There is no effect on Berry Blade. It doesn't have an effect, it has 3 damage, that's it. I mean, double effect on Sunrod's pretty good, but I may want to keep the critical in hand as well. I'm gonna use the Spice Charm on Vic... You know what? This feels weird, but I think I hold and keep those charms to try and apply to something else after the battle. Because if I find a unit that gives me the ability to manage my health, Berry Sis, Big Berry, so on. Or a unit that has Barrage, or a unit that has Multi, Frenzy, then suddenly Spice Charm's significantly better with them. Critical Charm just, it feels like I should definitely wait on because it just doesn't feel like it does much with anything there yet. Alright, next battle, hope I don't die. Grumps up here on the top line. When hit, reduce attacker's attack by 2. Because it's got the Lumen infusion, it's doubling that effect. That's awful. That is really bad. I'm gonna kill that using a Snow Stick, a Storm Bear, and a Berry Blade. That's how terrified I am of it. I can't just have it reducing the damage of units that I need to continue using. Now, does that Berry Blade need to kill it this turn? Because if not, I can significantly amplify the damage I do to Grog. I hit Grog with a sword, and then follow up with 6 more damage. Now I can get a combo here. 2 combo? I'm pretty happy with 2 combo. Should have moved Victor to the top line to actually be healed there. Oops. Oh, I could get 3 combo if I use the Sun Rod on Victor to kill the frontliner, and then Snoffel freezes, and then Wallop murders! Yeah. That's what we wanted to see. I mean, yeah, I'll pop a spike out on the board, but literally just so that I have someone to soak up some damage against one of these Pepper Witches. Cycle for the next hand. Turn in the goat, so I'm actually doing damage to them. I'm gonna freeze the Goblin. So I want to keep them around. Then we'll get demonized on a couple of targets. So I can't take 2 units out this turn. But at least I get a freeze. In order to get as much money as possible, I feel like I should throw a scrappy sword against Goblin here. Goblin is about to get frozen for another turn at least, though. And I need to freeze Grumps on the top line later. Or just block them with a Woodhead. They will be off sync with the Pepper Witch as well, making that a lot easier to do. Okay, I'm gonna put the Woodhead on the top line, just preparing for a later turn. One enemy goes down there. King Moko is now summoned. Hello. This is 8 damage only to a target that's snowed. So I could try and kill Grumps with that. Or rather start setting up for Grumps dying with that. I like that. I can play the Berry Blade later, it's not necessary right now. Makoko takes double damage to the spikes here because of the Toad and the Goat. Next turn, Makoko would also take double damage to the spikes and die. If I use... Berry Blade? I can get a 2 combo this turn, but if I use Berry Blade and Scrap Sword, or Snow Stick, either or, on the top line to take out the Pepper Witch, I can get a triple by also killing Grumps and losing 1 damage on Victor here. I think that's probably worth that while. I need more combos. Wait, Berry Blade has hit the Grumps, the previous Grumps, so the Berry Blade only does 1 damage right now, which means it would not give me the ability to do this thing I crave. But I could get that back by getting Wallop to attack first, killing the Pepper Witch, and then Victor to kill Grumps. Using Sunrod to get Wallop to attack right now. 3 times combo. Okay, Pepper Witch on the top line is looking very killable. A Berry Blade and Snow Stick seems like a really good way to try and keep the Goblin here as well as get some extra health out of it. Some extra money, rather. Although I'm getting very close to letting King Moko attack way too many times. So maybe I want to start freezing King Moko and actually let the Goblin run. Because eventually, I'm going to have to freeze King Moko every turn or lose. Yeah. Yeah, I actually think that's right. I'm going to freeze King Moko. Unfortunately, I gave additional damage to the Pepper Witch and I forgot about that, so there goes my Hoghead on the top line. Definitely gonna cycle here. There's not much I can even cycle to. I'm gonna throw a blade at the Pepper Witch on the top line. Everyone gets frozen. I'll cycle this hand. And And yeah, now there's the possibility of just finishing off the Pepper Witch. And then next turn I can use other snows. Well, no, I can kill the Pepper Witch next turn. Sure. I'm gonna use Storm Bear Spirit on Moko. Get as much additional damage out as quickly as I can here. And then Moko needs to be frozen for Wallop to actually do the extra damage this turn, so I freeze Moko. Wallop does their extra damage this turn. Pepper Witch on the top line, I mean, realistically, is not actually contributing right now. My Snow Sticks are off sync with Snoffel, so I'm actually keeping King Moko locked down for way more turns than I thought I was going to. I'm gonna Snow Stick King Moko. Then we'll cycle. And this works especially well as well, because the Pepper Witch on the top line can now die to just a Berry Blade strike. At any time, at Noomlin speed as well. And if I use the Sun Rod on Wallop, I can even get Wallop to attack at a reasonable speed. So in 3 turns' time, Victor will try and kill King Moko, and I can line up next to that my my Berry Blade on the top line. Yeah, I think I've done this correctly. Flame Water on Victor. This turn, Pepper Witch dies. And so does King Moko. Not the world's best combo. Not the world's best combo management at all. I'm not gonna say that. Felt okay though. 2 more pieces of treasure. Those are very relevant. Unfortunately, it means no Frozen Traveler for my Spice Charm yet. However, there is a optimal Charm Merchant at the end here. Or Noomlin Biscuit. Add Noomlin to a card in your hand, consume. Yep. It's just so versatile. Next treasure has Hongo's Hammer, Spice Stones, Peppering, and Blaze Tea. Blaze Tea, add Frenzy, increase your counter by 1. If I waited until Hongo's Hammer was the rightmost card in my hand, doubling apply 3 Shroom is a lot. I'm gonna take that. I'm not gonna do anything to it just yet though. 88, that's exactly as much as I could afford rather, and it would give us the Raspberry Charm for +1 damage and +3 health to a unit. There's also Punch Fist Charm for Smackback, which I think is very valuable. Oh boy. I mean, Smackback and Spice Charm would then just go on Victor. And then there's also Snowball Charm, apply 1 snow. Now, Snoffel would not apply 2 snow to all enemies with that. They would apply 1 snow to all enemies and then apply 1 snow, which would be applied to the unit directly in front of them, unfortunately. I really like the idea of the Raspberry Charm. It is just extra damage and health. But Smackback is ridiculous. Yeah, I'm gonna take Smackback. And both Smackback and the if you hit me, I will gain Spice. Both go on the same target. If I could also give you Thorns, then anyone who hits you will be damaged by the time you respond and kill them. Hongo's Hammer is definitely getting critical at this point. It's time to head into the next battle. So Marrow has demonized application, but it is on the line by itself at the very least, which I'm over the moon to see that. We've got to keep the Berry Blade in hand until Victor has to smack back against the Grumble. I like the idea of putting Noomlin on a Snow Stick so that I can just Snow Stick and then Storm Bear the same unit. Do that to set up. See, unfortunately, the Grumble's going to deal 5 damage to Victor right now, but then I can heal 3 of that back up with the Berry Blade at the least. Alright. I'm gonna Flame Water Victor as well, increasing the damage they do here to Marrow, and then cycle. Grumble and Marrow both intend to attack this turn. Anyone that hits Victor will die in response. So Grumble attacks Victor, buffs Victor, Victor strikes back, 5 health lost. 2 more health lost on Victor if Marrow gets to strike as well. But that kills all 4 of you this turn. It's all 4 of you, all 3 of you. Because Grumble would attack Victor, get attacked back and murdered. Marrow would attack Victor, get attacked back and murdered. And then only Smog would remain, and Snoffel would freeze them, and then Wallop would hit them. I do want to remove targets from the field as quickly as possible. But is this what I mean by that? I don't want Marrow to be able to attack and apply that Demonize. It doesn't even make my life easier if I kill Smog with an attack instead. I guess in that I can instead also have Marrow attack Snoffel. Ooh, this is a lot better. Now I only lose 5 health on Victor. Wait, I was gonna lose 5 and then another 2. Yeah, Victor was gonna die if I took the previous plan as well, so slightly better than Victor dying, I guess. Use a Scrappy Sword to take out Smog. Grumble get kills. 3 times combo. Paw has smackback, rude. I'd love to drop the Hongo Hammer on one of you. But I feel like I have 2 units I want to play before that. I'm gonna get Spike out. Smack back would end my life against Paw Paw. I'm gonna put the Totem of the Goat out. Revealing my Hongo Hammer criticality. And if I throw that on Paw Paw, Paw Paw will just die. That is, I mean, either Paw Paw, but the one on the bottom is the one I'm thinking about, the one with the smack back. I don't want to kill the Goblin, but I do want to freeze the Goblin. Wallop could definitely kill the top line for us, though. I'm going to use a Snow Stick on the Goblin to keep him around. Take out the top liner. Resummon comes out on the field. There is a Morjaw. Unfortunately, I am currently aimless, so Victor could easily strike Morjaw and then die. If I use the Sun Rod to get Paw Paw to attack, Paw Paw will demonize, attack, hit Spike, take 4 damage. They'll have 2 Spike. Unfortunately, that means that Victor would die when attacking Paw Paw back. Damn. I thought I had a fun and clever way to get out of this. Well, I mean, the Berry Blade is certainly that. And actually, I could also then just kill the Paw Paw afterwards with the additional health that I've gotten. Take it off the line, not have to worry about it. Four damage to that target. So Hongo's is 1 damage, so 4 damage this turn, 3 damage 4 damage this turn, 2 damage next turn. And then 1 damage the turn after. Total of 7 plus a Scrappy Sword. That's not enough to take out Smog. Not before, you know, Wallop and Storm Bear Spirit or something like that would be able to. I think this is a turn where I can develop basically anything I want. I develop the Woodhead. Victor Murders on the top line. I think I actually just have to cycle past his hand. These tools aren't particularly great for dealing with these enemies right now. Goblins run away in 2 turns. I can get some additional health out of it before it leaves if I just throw the Berry Blade at it. I definitely want to snow the Morjaw as much as possible. That's like our loss condition right now. I snow the Morjaw. Or not snowing the Morjaw, rather. Alright, so instead, I think right now I want to eke out as much money as possible, so I'm going to Berry Blade the Goblin. And then I'm going to count down on Victor. Oh, but Victor attacks aimlessly. I might not even hit the Goblin. I get a freeze in 2 turns' time against Morjaw at the end of the round. Okay, fine. I just really need money, and I need to make sure I get it. The money, that is. Cycle past that hand. Victor doesn't kill. The aimlessness reigns true. Fair, fair. I can use Storm Bear Spirit to kill one unit this turn, as well as the Berry Blade to kill another. And I don't think I'm killing them on the same turn as I kill Morgul anyway, so I will do this. There's our 2-time combo. Now, Morgul says trigger when hit. If I strike you with a Scrappy Sword, you attack the Woodhead. I could give you the 6 poison next turn, but that wouldn't really change too much. Yeah, I really just need to get back to the ability to freeze you, so I just roll. No real reason to get excited. Bye-bye, Morgul. Snoffel and Wallop, the best buddies. Spike, good to see you. Hello, Woolly Snail. Also, noting that I have to go to a Woolly Snail, I'm less enthused to go to a Charm Merchant. I'm gonna go down, take this treasure. Nutshell Cake. Apply 9 shell. Kill Foxy. Have a heart attack. Consume. I don't know if I want to take Nutshell Cake here. There's also a Mimic though. Trigger whenever an ally in the row attacks. That'll happen a little bit with Smack Back. Bite Box when hit, deal equal damage back to the attacker. I guess Totem of the Goat makes that a lot better. It'll deal double damage back to the attacker. You know what? I'm taking the Bite Box. Let's do it. Deals double damage back to the attacker. Did you hear? Ooh. There's the vase. A Sunlight Drum so that I can reduce the counter on Snoffel, Wallop, and Victor all at the same time is very impactful. An additional crown for the Lumen Vase so that I can get either Victor, Snoffel, or Wallop, really depending on the situation. Any of them would happily take it. Doubled would be really good. I'm gonna take that. Dragon Pepper for 7 spice consumed, not particularly great in the deck that we're currently running. Sunlight Drum is probably just significantly better than the Charm right now. Than the average Charm. Than the perfect Charm is obviously not, but than the average Charm maybe though? Sunlight Drum. It's also a really good card to get Noomlin with. Time to get Noomlin. Oh, Krunker, you've given me so many heart attacks today. Will you give me another? Would you dare? The fact that Snoffel can freeze everyone for 2 turns every couple of turns seems impactful. Seems very impactful. That said, Victor gaining 4 spice every time they're attacked, as well as dealing 8 additional damage to damaged targets. I like it. I'm doing it. How do I get as many of you to attack on the same turn as is possible? I don't want the Sponge to hit me and make me demonized, though. I'm gonna Snow Stick Spuncher on the top line. Now, if I Berry Blade Grink, my response here to Grink will be to kill them. Also going to use the Stormbear Spirit to get Spuncher closer to a position where the same happens there. Crunker in the backline currently intends to try and kill one of my units. How dare you? You should know that's not allowed. I use a Bite Box to prevent that attack as well as send it back to its point of origin, and then Victor kills the Spuncher on the top line, freeing up my ability to now remove the Crunker. Do I Noomlin the Flame Water? Or cycle towards Hongo? Ugh, Hongo's in the worst position in the hand. Rough. That's okay, it just needs to be a number of instances of damage over time, so 2 instances this turn, 1 instance next turn, 1 instance the turn after. In this instance, at least. I definitely can't let Ice Lantern live, continuing to give damage to all of these creatures on field. If I put down Totem of the Goat, unfortunately Grink still lives. I gain 2 Frost and 4 Spice. I have 4 damage I have the ability to deal back to them. And I deal 8. I don't want to put I don't want to deal with that smackback unit on the bottom line though. And Totem the Goat should go out sooner rather than later. Honestly? I'm just gonna freeze Crunker. Crunker now only needs to take 1 more hit, so anytime they start to threaten me, I can just remove them. So now if Spuncher attacks Victor, you'll get them up to 6 damage, and you are additionally damaged. So with the Totem of the Go down on the field, that Spuncher dies to Victor. And the Grink would this turn also. Snoffel could then freeze the Spike Wall and strike. I could also bypass the necessity for all of this by using a Sunlight Drum on the bottom line to get Snoffel to act first. But then I guess I would just line everyone up so that Victor can act at the very end of the round also. And then we'd take Crunker out. Then I lose my ability to use that Noomberry. Crunker's going to be otherwise difficult to take down pretty soon, because I don't have any damage for them in this end, and I'm not otherwise going to have damage in the next hand. I mean, there's a version where I do pretty much all of the things that I said previously. Crink still attacks, gets killed by Victor, and then Snoffel freezes everyone, and then Wallop just kills Crunker in the backline. And I use Noomlin on the drum first. Sure. Get froze. Welcome back. There's no target on the board that's frosted that I would really like to hit right now, unfortunately. I really need to get that Ice Forge off. Use the Sunlight Drum on the top line, noting that it will do nothing, but it will move everyone towards their next counter. If I cycle right now, I can start drawing towards things that might actually be able to remove the Ice Forge from the field, which is just going to be necessary. I draw. Oh my god, Hongo's Hammer, good to see you, buddy. Also, I can get 3 health back on Victor here. And then... yeah, Wallop doesn't even need to be revealed to damage. Or Wallop even can be revealed to damage, and that's fine, because Krunker is only dealing 6. So now all I have to do is throw a Scrappy Sword at the Ice Forge, so that I still have the ability to deal damage to enemies. My smackback against the Grink is not going to kill it, though. I'm fine with that. Scrappy Sword takes out the Ice Forge. Hang on. How'd I take out Grink? Grink hits Victor, dealing 1 damage. You also applied 2 debuff to Victor and 4 buff. And then Victor hits Grink, dealing 8. How? I should have been dealing 4 damage. Deal 8 additional damage to damaged targets. I didn't think that Grink had been damaged. Yeah, new Grink enters the battle. I don't think I had hit that Grink. Why did it take 8 damage to Victor? It's easier to tell by going back and scrubbing through, but I don't have the benefit of being able to do that right now. I'm going to Lumen Vase the Hongo's Hammer. Okay, unfortunately that didn't work how I was hoping, of double-double to get 16. Double from critical and double from Lumen. That said, it only needed to do 9 is fine. 9 is more than fine, in fact. I'm gonna throw a snow stick at the spike wall in order to prevent it from ever responding. Ideal. Now I'm just looking to take out the spike wall and Porcupine and Krunker, as many of them as I can in the same turn. And I don't think I can get that many of them. Krunker only gets one more turn before it dies. And right now, if I use the Snow Stick to take out Spike Wall, Krunker dies as well, and then Porcupine gets frozen and murdered. Great, never mind, I can get all three. Beauty. Woo! Frostlands. Another card in deck or another charm? I think it's a charm right now. Gain barrage and reduce damage by 2. Oh, hell yes. Just get Wallop to wallop through the entire line. The fact that it's barrage means that I do want it on my smackback character. They'll have 0 damage by base, but I'm definitely gonna have to spice them consistently. Yeah. Wait, use damage by 2 and barrage. I mean, Storm Bear, Spirit must be. Nope, okay. Alright, Victor, make us proud. You've got a lot of keywords on you. Lumen Vase is already settled to be my opening hand with the crown I got earlier. The crowns, rather, we got earlier. Okay. I want Spike definitely out on the field. And I definitely want to Noomlin one of the cards in my hand. Probably the Sunrod. Now if I Berry Blade the Burster, Victor will actually then kill them? Heck, if I Scrappy Sword them, Victor will then kill them. That's so much better then. Get him, Vic. I can't have Haze affect Victor. It would just possibly end my life at a point. Victor also doesn't have the ability to actually hit the crab in the back line right now. Oh, but if I Berry Blade and then Sunrod on Victor, Victor's response will be to kill the Burster. Which actually, I guess it already was going to be, but that's 2 Noomlin cards that I get to play that I otherwise wasn't going to. Which is good enough. Cycle in order to get to the Totem to Godem. Love it. Oh, the grab on the top line is back that. Oh, that's really bad. That's really bad. Really needs to set up a way easily for a lot of enemies to have damage on them so that Victor can actually respond with some damage before having to get the spice up. Use a Sunlight Drum on my bottom line. So the crab on the top line is about to try and deal 8 damage in a single strike. I'd really like it not to. Could put a woodhead up here instead, and then allow Victor to attack through. You don't want to let Victor just take a ridiculous amount of damage here. Which would be just letting the crab attack. And then Victor responds 2 times with a barrage and then with a barrage and smackback and then a normal barrage. But otherwise, getting through all of your block is really difficult. This might be my best opportunity to get through all of the block on that top line. It can't be, because the crab will smack me back. I have to snow stick that crab. So Crawler attacks, doesn't kill anything, but does get 4 damage. Snoffel freezes everyone, and then Wallop kills Crawler. That crab on the top line I can prevent from ever getting another action by using a single Hongos. It'll die by that poison before it ever gets to do anything. Time for a cycle. Oh, that's exactly what I'm looking for. Health on my top liner in Victor there. Gonna do that with a Berry Blade first. I also need to work through the burster on the bottom line more quickly than I currently am. I'm gonna freeze this crab and then give myself the ability to use Hongos on the burster. I'll kill the crab on the top line by using Hongo's hammer right now. And in fact, that burster doesn't die to the Totem of the Goat because it did expend its demonized charge on the damage from Spiker. However, it will die this turn at least. I can increase the speed of all of the units on the field here. Slows people down by a little bit, but I could also just get a Woodhead out and then rotate to the next board. I'm gonna use the speed. Use it or lose it. Kills a unit that was already dead, but now they're double dead. If I used a Scrappy Sword to hit a back line here, I would be able to follow up by murdering it. And I don't really care about maximizing my combo right now. I just need to live. Speeding up a count down by 2 seems nice, until you realize that it's not actually going to help me at all. Lumen Vase that, but then I lose it from Victor, but Victor's not really using the Lumen Vase right now. I kind of want to see what would happen if I tried to lumen the lumen character. Do I get to double it again? I can only assume not, because the game doesn't seem comfortable with the idea of doubling a doubled effect. But I've never tried it. I'm gonna throw Hongos on Numbskull to try and remove more stacks of its block there. Best of luck with that top line, Burster. Going to use a bite box to block on the bottom. Same reasoning. Ooh, crab on the top line. You wanna dance? I'll freeze him and start striking. I'm gonna use my countdown by 2 to get Wallop closer to attacking, noting that, you know, if I get back to that, I would be able to use it as soon as possible as well. Neat, on Snoffel in order to actually get both of them to increase their speed. Berry Blade the Crab, getting 3 more health on Victor. My Sunrod Snoffel on the top line, and then I will Sunlight Charm, setting them all free. Now, unfortunately for Numbskull, I do just have a Snow Stick to throw at them for a couple of turns here, as well as more ability to block them. Sunlight Drum, everyone attacks. Now there's no more shield on you, Numbskull. Throw a Snow Stick. And the end has begun. Now I'm gonna test this. Lumen Vase on, nope, doesn't do anything. So applying 6 Lumen to a target also, I can only imagine, would not do anything, which is something that I was debating trying before. Get him! I like that I can manage my own turns with the Noomlin Sunrod and the barrage and everything like that. It's working out. Shade Sculptor. Berry Blade Shade Sculpted right now would be pretty sick. And it would also give me the ability to go to a Woolly Snail afterwards. So, because clears when Lumen is applied to another card exists, getting a second Lumen Vase here I can't imagine is worth a dang. It's definitely got to be the Berry Blade. It's a lot of the health support that I'm doing for my characters right now. Spore Pack. So Spore Pack's pretty interesting as well. Applies 2 Shroom to all enemies in Barrage, and would give me the ability to actually set up some damage for those units via Victor. Do I need another crown right now? Not really. So I want to take a Noomlin Biscuit and a Charm, probably. Frost and Charm. Apply Frost. Ooh, weakening all of the units as I apply Frost in Barrage is pretty good. I'll pop that on the Spore Pack. Now I've got to think. Shellbow. I could use this to hit enemies. Deal 2 damage to all the enemies in the line, give them all 5 shell. However, then Victor will still deal 8 damage, so it's a good setup for Victor. Otherwise, Shell Shield, just giving me the ability to get some shell on characters, also pretty good. I'm gonna take the Shell Shield. And then look at my crowns. Yep, that's the best I can do. Let's go to the storm. Oh, hello. Oh, God. Oh, boy. That Knob and Stompy on the top line's not looking good. It's looking like it does business. Management of Foxy's gonna get difficult. Because with their triple strike, I would love them to attack Victor, but Victor will die. So Foxy attacks Victor, Victor gains 4 damage and responds, does 4 damage to Foxy. Foxy attacks again, Victor gains 4 more damage and responds with 4 and 8, 12, taking out Foxy. So I only lose 6 health to that. If I keep the Berry Blade in hand, then I can do pretty much everything I want. All I need to do is get some units on the bottom line. So a Totem of the Goat first. Foxy attacks. Victor gains 4 damage and responds to the entire line, clears its 4 damage. Foxy attacks again. Victor responds to the entire line again. Foxy, anytime it's attacked, has gotten Demon Eyes. So Foxy is definitely dead. I'm pretty sure I have this right. I put Spike on the bottom line. That also really helps me take out Nom and Stompy at good speed. Which, as it turns out, is of dire importance. I'm gonna use a Berry Blade to take out Nom and Stompy immediately, as well as gain 6 health. Or 4 health. 3 health on Victor to gain them to 6 health, rather. Bring them up to 6 health. I'm gonna Noomlin the Sunlight Drum to give me the ability to activate it next turn. I'm gonna reorient all of these. Snoffel is going to freeze all of the characters this round as well, so I don't have to worry about Blunky's response yet. Cycle. Ooh, big ol' hongo hammer right there. That's what we're talking about. I can Berry Blade this turn or next turn. It's indistinct. And it happens at Noomlin speed as well, so it's not a problem at all. Yes, Blunky, you do intend to attack, don't you? If I Berry Blade Grink in the back line, I actually kill it this round. With my response. If I don't, I can probably just kill Grink next round when it triggers the attack. I'd prefer that. Also going to use a Spore Pack here on the bottom line. Decrease some of their damage. Never mind, Grink goes down. Oh, because I do a smack back as well as my own trigger. Got it, got it, got it. That makes sense. Just gonna freeze Tristran. The plum up there on the top line, what intends to do 4 health for all of its allies. Blunky also intends to kill Victor right now. I'd like you not to. Cycle my hand and find the ability to prevent that. There's a couple different ways of trying to prevent that. I think my favorite is probably dropping a shell shield right now. But if I'm gonna drop a shell shield, then I'm gonna kill Blunky anyway on the top line, so I might as well give myself the possibility of trying to take out Plum. If I actually have Snoffel take this hit rather than Spike, then... Oh no, Blunky's always going to be a problem here on the bottom line. Oh no. Blunky's always going to be a problem on the bottom line because if Plum on the top line ever activates, then Blunky is going to be healed beyond having damage on them. If they attack here, they get revealed to a Demonize, they get frozen, and then they get thumped for 24 damage, immediately killing them. I don't really care about optimizing my combos anymore. I care exclusively about optimizing my win. Yeah, I'm just gonna Shell Shield Spike. Keep him damaged. Remember, you can recall your hog-headed units. Yeah, Victor currently... I mean, I'm not killing either of the enemy units here on the bottom line. I do want to keep the Spore Pack for the next turn as well. I'm going to use Numelin on Spore Pack. Nice. I think I do now lose Spike. I think Spike has done all they need to this fight. Oh no, but having them able to block more things in the next combat would be really nice as well. I don't super want to sacrifice the Totem of the Goat. Oh, and Tristran has multi-strike, so that would actually be really bad. That would be really bad, in fact. I'm gonna throw the Spore Pack with the poison effect here on the bottom line. I don't really think I have a way to prevent Tristran taking out both Spike and then the Totem the Goat here. I can have them die in response. And in fact they will. Tristran will get the Demonize and then die against the damage that Spike has dealt, as well as the poison. Yeah, that's what we can do, that's what we can do. Yikes. Flame Water Victor. Bye-bye, Tristran. Hello, Frost Guardian. Okay. They trash my hand when they attack. Rude! I've got some berry blades to draw into. I could also just force Victor to attack this turn. I respond by killing all Grinks, basically. Sunrod Victor attacking through on the bottom line, setting a lot of them to bad time. I'm gonna draw. The Grink on the top line will attack. In doing so... Oh wow, I don't have to let any of you attack this turn if I don't want. But I should. So the Grink in the top line attacks. Gives me +2 damage total. And then I respond. And then it attacks again. And then I kill the entire top line. In doing so, I remove Rockhog, which then prevents this Grink from doing multi-strikes. This Grink attacks. I think I have this right now. Oh, Frost Guardian's also going to be attacking with a bunch of extra health. I should be careful of that. With a bunch of extra damage, rather, because I will have killed a bunch of units beforehand. So I should probably snow the Frost Guardian. Let's go. Right, again, it's not top line first, then bottom line first. I think of them individually like that, but it's position 1, position 2, position 3, position 4, position 5, position 6. And if I throw out a Berry Blade and Sunlight Drum, and then a Bite Box, I can just watch the Frost Guardian strike itself down. But this part is the part that I'm threatened by. I don't have the ability to upkeep in this fight very well. Hello, Frost Jailer. Add Newland to a card in hand, I'd love to. I just can't afford to. Poison doesn't really do almost anything at this point in time. We're basically beyond the reach of my cards in hand unless I've got like some really truly broken combos. I just need my units on board to be able to get me through this kind of stuff. But it's really gonna struggle. I'm gonna pop a Totem the Goat on the top line and then Spike next turn. for triggering that smack back. So now Victor is actually capable of doing some damage on the bottom line, which is nice. Gonna Noomlin the Hongo Hammer. Victor smacks everyone. So on the top line, the Frost Crusher is going to kill Spike, and then the Frost Bomber is going to take out the Totem of the Goat. I don't really have the ability to prevent either of those. On the bottom line, the Frost Junker is going to attack Victor, causing a response. Victor is not going to be able to take out the Frost Junker in response to that. But then Snoffel will freeze everyone, buy me a turn, and Wallop will strike the Frost Jailer in the front line so that I can try and get my movement back. I'm gonna Hongo Hammer the Junker just to remove another card from the field. Because now with my response, I will be able to kill the Frost Junker with the added poison from the end of the turn. Redraw. I was thinking about this. If I get the ability to save Spike on the top line, do I? No, because I can't. It's just not going to happen. I can't save the totem either. Which means I should save the Berry Blade until I've taken more damage on Victor. Storm Bear Spirit next turn would be neat. I think I just need to play the Shell Shield on Victor. Setting up the top line to take Spore Pack Poison eventually would be nice also. So now we've got to demonize on this target on the top line. I've got, 16 damage that I can deal to them right now. It's just still not good at all. Victor needs to be attacking slowly and consistently. Gonna play a Bite Box on the top line. Frost Jailer is gonna attempt to attack in this upcoming turn, and in fact will attack Victor for 5 damage. Victor will respond, and then Victor will have their own attack phase against the enemy. I'll use a Berry Blade to heal them back afterwards. I'm gonna get Woodhead up on the top line in order to be able to eat the next barrage from the Frost Bomber as well. The Frost Crusher and the Frost Muncher on the top line are already gonna take out both of those units, unfortunately revealing the Frost Bomber with the ability to kill our units on the bottom line. Hopefully by then I can actually move my own units though. Sunlight Rod is available soon. Berry Blade the Frost Lancer to get some more health here. If I roll... Oh my god. Those are cards, baby. Oh, that matters. I need the ability to freeze Frost Lancer And I can force the attack against them next round with the Sun Rod. Gonna Berry Blade, and then Snow Stick up here on the top line. I lose both my Bite Box and what card did I just lose there? That was the Sun Rod. God damn it. Ah! That was necessary. I can freeze everyone before they act this round with the Sunlight Drum, which is what I'm gonna have to do. Victor continues attempting to murder these units. I do just have to get them off the field, unfortunately. Use a Berry Blade, and then Lumen Bars on Hongos. And then I can throw that vase out next turn, and then cycle afterwards. That Frost Bomber is a huge problem up there on the top line. It getting a barrage off basically ends my game. I mean, right now it would kill units, obviously, which sucks. It would kill Snoffel. Cause a pretty brutal smackback on the top line. I don't have additional units to throw at its feet as well, so I kind of just have to accept that. I really don't want Victor to have to take 8 damage to the Frost Crusher, but that does look like the best way out of this right now. Unfortunately, this only stops the Frost Bomber from attacking this round. It still attacks next round. I think that means I have to lose Snoffel. As much as I desperately don't want to do that. Frost Bomber only attacks every 5 rounds. If I can slow it down, that is worth its weight in gold right now. But I have to let it barrage my team. It's sad. So at least we're gonna lose the Frost Jailer this turn. Be good to see that. Next turn, Frost Crusher unfreezes on the top line. And attacks. I'd have the ability to, you know, chump with Wallop, but that's not how you win. I need to find more Berry Blades and Snow Sticks. I'm gonna have to cycle right now. Oh, Hongo's Hammer in the perfect part of the hand. As much as it is in the perfect part of the hand, life has gotten hard again. I can split up and use a Sunlight Drum on a later turn. 9 poison, 1 damage, 9, 8, 7, 9, 8, 7 is 8, 8, 8. Is 24 over the next 3 turns. Frost Muncher gets to attack on the 3rd though. I know my next cycle has 2 Berry Blades in it, so I know that I'm safe once I get there. I just have to get there. Okay. Okay. You need to get your damage potential off the field as soon as possible. And I'm gonna have to use a snow stick to prevent you from attacking this turn for part of it. Now it's down to whether or not I need to redraw this turn. Or if I need to use the Shell Shield. But if I use the Shell Shield, then I'm not... No, I have to redraw this turn. Otherwise, I'm just not going to have the Berry Blades at the right time. Okay, I need to heal Victor. Now Victor has the ability to survive a single strike at them. And then if I heal Wallop, Wallop will have 8 health. And then if I froze Crusher, the Frost Bomber would attack Wallop and then Frost Muncher would kill Wallop. But that's about as good as it gets right now. It's difficult to trigger Smackback when the Frost Crusher is in the front line with so much damage. Not impossible, just very difficult. The additional health is required, otherwise the Frost Bomber kills and then Frost Muncher attacks on the bottom. Oh, Frost Muncher actually attacking on the bottom line by themselves in order to trigger another Smackback for the top? That's not bad. And that would be a way to get some extra health out on the character. I actually really like that now. Use a Berry Blade on the Frost Crusher, healing up Victor, move Victor out of the line. So Snow Stick prevents Frost Crusher from killing Wallop. Frost Bomber kills Wallop. Frost Muncher attacks Victor, causes a Smackback, and then Victor attacks everyone. Snow Stick on Frost Crusher. With Stormbear's Spirit, Frost Crusher dies this round. There's no reason not to play the Noomlin Biscuit on Flame Water, play Flame Water, and then cycle next round. That's just the most efficient way to manage that hand and get excess value out of it, as well as try and increase the value of my redraw. This is good. I can keep the Frost Muncher in the backline frozen if I absolutely must. I'm gonna Pongo the Frost Bomber, obviously Flame Water Victor. Throw out the Spore Pack or Shell. Spore Pack for extra damage right now. And then Shell can be next turn. Sure, Spore Pack now. Frost Bomber is going to attack for 4 damage and cause a response from Victor. We give some Shell Shield to Victor. I mean, if I absolutely needed to, I'd have the ability right now to freeze either unit on field. But that's not necessary. I can use the Barrage to get Victor to act faster, and then just Plant some damage on that top line. Whew. Good lord. I'll admit, I lost a little confidence in myself last episode. Thank heck for Noomlin. Oh, throw the Lumen Vase even though it was destroyed? Pretty sure it was munched in that fight by the Card Muncher. Alas, that's a victory. Now sure, we didn't apply much shell. We didn't really get any town progress. But we did get another W, and that's got to count for something. My name's been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Wildfrost. Top left is the series playlist for all my content in the game, past, present, future. YouTube recommendation down below. Screencast are the names of the people so generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/AmCPlays. Arrow above the thank you. And a special thanks this episode to Victor. Hopefully you all have been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you all next time.